How y'all doing today? Brian here with Texas Country Music News, and welcome to Texas Country. Got a great show planned for you today. We're going to cover the Female Vocalist of the Year nominees for the T3R Music Awards show, and a little bit of history on the T3R Music Awards show, so stick with us. It's going to be a great show. Alright, well, hope y'all are having a wonderful evening. Today on Texas Country Music News, we have a special feature presentation for you on the nominees for the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards Female Vocalist of the Year. A little background on the awards show and Texas Regional Radio before we jump into the main part of our show tonight. This will be the 13th annual event, where many honorable industry folks from all over the United States will attend to witness the noted Texas and Red Dirt artists, entertainers, and radio. They will all receive recognition for their accomplishments and sacrifices in the Texas and Red Dirt music scene. The Texas Regional Radio chart and database will be used to confirm the nominations, and artists who did not chart or debut a single in the qualifying time frame on the Texas Regional Radio report chart will not be eligible for the awards. The 2023 13th Annual TRRMA Awards Show and Future Faces Show is proud to remain in Arlington, Texas at the esteemed Texas Live facility. It will be split into 2 days and events. Cowboy Church will be held in the Arlington backyard of the Texas Live venue. The Future Faces Show will be held again at the PBR Cowboy Bar located upstairs in the magnificent Texas Live facility, with the awards show held in the live arena of Texas Live. As the awards show returns for the 13th consecutive year, it will continue to offer legitimate, authentic, and logical awards based on radio and chart success, touring success, and fan input. The event will not only attract prestigious radio programmers and Texas and Red Dirt superstars, as well as new hopefuls, but also music industry experts from within the Texas music industry, the Nashville country music scene, and fans from all over the country. This year they will host a red carpet walk prior to the show seating as the artists and radio personalities stroll into the arena. The red carpet event will be hosted by Will Payne and Barry Diamond of KITX Radio and the Payne Music Group in Hugo, Oklahoma, and Adam Smith of KRVN in Lexington, Nebraska. Now let's jump into the nominees for Female Vocalist of the Year. Before I play this first song, I do want to say thank you to all the artist managers who allow us to use the music in these broadcasts, because without their help, this would not be possible. So go ahead and lend me your ear, and let's take a listen to the sweet sounds of our first nominated lady.
Stuck in the middle of your heart, in the middle of your head, in between your two arms, in the bed of your truck, in the middle of nowhere. Boy, I wanna go where my mind's stuck. Big old field needs a big old moon. Sure beats this old living room.
Our first lady is a Texas singer-songwriter and performing artist. Her music celebrates her West Texas heritage and embodies her love of country music past and present. She was born in Abilene, where she spent her early childhood singing in church. When she was 8, family tragedy placed her in foster care system. However, a bright spot and highlight of those years was the gift of a guitar. She received it on her 11th birthday, and not a day went by or a moment thereafter she hasn't played. She taught herself to pick and play, and we think the world is better for it. At 14, this young lady found a forever family with her custodial guardians, Billy and Rebecca, and moved to her new home in Cross Plains, Texas. There she often sang the national anthem at high school sports events and performed acoustically in local venues. Upon graduation, she formed her own band and began playing honky-tonks, bars, and festivals throughout the state. Her band has opened for Kevin Fowler, Stoney LaRue, William Clark Green, Terry Clark, Eli Young Band, Wade Bowen, Randall King, Rick Trevino, Clay Walker, Aaron Watson. If you weren't able to tell by now, we are talking about the fabulously talented and gorgeous Ariel Hutchins. In her first 22 months as a Texas recording artist, Ariel released 5 charting singles, 4 of which were #1 Texas radio hits, and 1 of which set a record in its first week of charting play. As a popular DJ put it, Ariel Hutchins has literally blown onto the Texas music scene and taken it by storm. Wine Won't Work was the first song from Ariel's debut EP to be released as a single. It set Texas radio records as the first debut single by a female artist ever to chart at #1. Ariel's next single, Showing Off, a duet with Sundance Head, soared to #1 charting, as did her third single, The Cowboy He Will Be. Ariel's current single, Stuck, a Dean Dillon original, has set yet another record for Ariel as Texas Regional Radio Report's highest charting single ever upon week 1 of a release. Ariel is married to her high school sweetheart Blake, and together they are following their dream and raising their young family in a small North Texas town. Ariel is an onstage advocate for foster children everywhere. Through her music, she hopes to encourage those following her to pursue their every aspirations, as she has, whether it be for bright lights or white picket fences, or both. Currently on Spotify, she has 3 hit singles, Showing Off with 59,000 plays, Stuck, her current single with 21,000 plays, and Stuck also has a nomination for Music Video of the Year, and Wine Won't Work with 50,000 plays. Please give Ariel a like and a follow, and be sure to add her to your playlist wherever you listen to music. If you like an authentic country and vocals that are so smooth and enticing that you feel like you just want to relax for hours and listen to it, Ariel's your person to go to. Moving on to our next female artist, who is nominated for Vocalist of the Year, is a woman who rarely needs much introduction. So take a listen to this track, sit back, relax, and just take in the vibes.
And you reading Hemingway to me, but here we are, down here in the trenches, dirt on our faces, digging out ditches, dodging all the bullets. Boy, I know it's more out there, and there's us somewhere in the rubble, making our way. Boy, hand me a shovel if it's just you and me, waiting out the enemy. I ain't scared, and when I wanna surrender, I just remember.
Our next lady is the Texas Female Artist of the Decade, and is a force to be reckoned with on Texas country music scene. She has seen her audience grow and diversify as she has progressed through the musical landscape. She has masterfully commanded the stage for over a decade with her rousing, fun live performances and trailblazing artistry, while creating a loyal and passionate fan base. She grew up in Las Cruces, New Mexico, but now lives in New Braunfels, Texas. Going from writing poems in her childhood bedroom to teaching herself how to play a dusty old piano, to getting her first taste of honky-tonk life, singing in her twin brother's band at age 14, to playing her first solo show in college, she has integrated music into every stage of her life. After high school, jumping at a chance to live in the music capital of the world, she attended the University of Texas in Austin. It was here that she finally picked up a guitar and quickly learned to play a few chords. She jokes that it was easier to carry than a piano. Finding herself in the right city with a new passion for the six-string life surrounded by fellow musicians, she was eventually drawn to the stage. Following graduation, she worked with a startup company in Austin where she utilized her marketing major, but she began playing shows so frequently she found herself needing to choose between her day job and her dream. After just 3 months, she knew what she had to do and transitioned full-time into her music career. With 9 #1 songs in Texas and multiple Female Vocalist of the Year awards to her credit, it is clear that she made the right choice. From her first full-length album, Band from Santa Fe, in 2011, to her 2022 release, Corazon y Cabeza, Heart and Head, we are of course talking about the undeniably wonderful person that is Bree Bagwell. A talent as tremendous as Bree's has begun to garner national attention. People magazine recently premiered her new record, saying Bree Bagwell finds the path to her own heart on new album Corazon y Cabeza. Bagwell is increasingly finding her name being mentioned among country music truth-tellers such as Ashley McBryde and Morgan Wade. Bree's musical influences have all played a part in her musical evolution, from Johnny Cash to Dwight Yoakam, Miranda Lambert to George Strait. Their spirits live within her songs. While on the road, she has shared the stage with some of the best: Willie Nelson, Miranda Lambert, Gary Allan, Dwight Yoakam, Randy Rogers, Robert O'Keefe, Wade Bowen, just to name a few. Playing over 150 shows in back-to-back years, Bagwell is no stranger to when it comes to hard work. Fresh off the release of her new record, she is already writing new music alongside planning tour dates to some of her favorite venues. When asked about life on the road, Bree responds, "It's in my blood." Be on the lookout for new show announcements for 2023. Bree has 4 hit singles on Spotify, with Can't Take My Eyes Off You with 805,000 plays, Trenches, which is actually her 10th career #1 as of Wednesday, March 22nd. And her music video for that just launched today. That was produced by AJ Vallejo. Make sure you check that out. And that currently on Spotify has 233,000 plays. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is a song she did with Kylie Frey, who you may or may not hear about in just a minute. That song has 240,000 plays. If You Were a Cowboy, a single off her album In My Defense, has 366,000 plays. Bree plays one of the most entertaining and energetic shows that I have ever seen in a live performance outside of, say, maybe Garth Brooks. She will switch in between guitar and piano, and I've even heard her play a little bit of Little Mermaid in a concert once or twice. So be sure to give Bree a follow, give her a like, be sure to catch her at her next tour stop. We love Bree, and congratulations on your 10th #1. Our next female vocalist of the year nominee has knocked down so many doors and has come out on top in every single way. Take a listen to the awesome vocals and see if you know who we're talking about.
Speak of the devil and he walks. It's like his ears burn when I talk. Pushed in a gutter, stuck in a rut, waiting for the next turn of the knife in my gut. Just trying to do whatever.
Words can hurt. They can pierce and puncture when hurled and thrown. They slash and gash. The cause of last night's mascara, dyed tears, they can heal. They cure a heart's forlorn ache. They mend old fences and rectifying past undoings. Words, they warm, spark, and set ablaze. Country music finds this emerging songwriter delivering a collection of delicate, strong, and gallant characters and transformative storytellers. Her most recent album is a visceral display of just how raw and mighty words and actions can be, and how sometimes knowing when to walk away can be just as compelling. These songs are all stories from different women facing the question, what else can she do? She asks. I don't think that life is all that pretty sometimes, and it comes with pain and pushing through hard. Pushing through hard times, being stagnant, going through the motions, and not knowing what to do, or just being flat out angry with whatever life has put on your plate. All too often, in Western society and culture, we cast women as damsels in distress, waiting for a hero to save them from misery. They're characterized as vindictive heartbreakers out on the prowl, one-dimensional and flat. But much like country music's godmothers Loretta Lynn and Dolly Parton, this female nominee flips the paradigm. Rooted in reality and shaped by everyday occurrences, her brand of storytelling and character development proves that strong women have bad days and are as multifaceted as their real-life counterparts. They too contain multitudes. Like many a songwriter, she can easily play the part of the observant, daydreaming wallflower, but perhaps her strongest gift is being an earnest listener. She plucks lines and the emotional weight they carry and delivers them through a lens of attentive purity. A definite tone setter for her song Blood, a quaking plea and declaration written with veteran songwriter Angelina Presley, Our nominee demands accountability from kin and kith, all the same. Armed with a boisterous, gloomy bass line, she calls out gaslighting and the bevy of excuses often used to take shots at and parting blows, all in the name of unconditional family ties, as justification. If you didn't know by now, we were talking about the one and only Caitlin Butts. Caitlin Butts is a thunderstorm, a tornado warning, the siren wail of a small town's caution system still in use. Behind her flowing locks of auburn hair, all of Oklahoma twang, and an Ari grin, grows a demanding voice and equally devastating storyteller. This high-rising Oklahoma native is steadily blooming into a quick-witted writer who has the ability to pick the right details to make a song and story believable and real. Her new album, What Else Can She Do, finds the emerging songwriter delivering a collection of delicate, strong, and gallant characters and transformative storytellers. What Else Can She Do is a visceral display of just how raw and mighty words and actions can be, and how sometimes knowing when to walk away can be just as compelling. The songs are all stories from different women facing the question, what else can she do, says Butts. I don't think that life is all pretty sometimes, and it comes with pain and pushing through the hard times of being stagnant, going through the motions, not knowing what to do, or just being flat out angry with life, what life has put on your plate. It's the second time you've heard that quote. I thought it was really important to include. Following up her delightful debut, Same Hell, Different Devil, and a diverse run of singles, The Cosmic Dancer, Marfa Lights, Haunting Murder Ballad of White River, and the sweet tranquility of How Lucky Am I, What Else Can She Do, finds the Oklahoma songwriter in full blossom. Caitlin has seen enormous success on platforms like Spotify, with her single Marfa Lights amassing more than 3.6 million plays. How Lucky I Am, with more than 3 million plays. Wild Rose with 1.1 million plays. White River with more than 1 million plays. Blood is nearing the million mark. All in all, her top 10 on Spotify, she has amassed 11,987,826 plays on just 40 minutes and 34 seconds of music, which is quite impressive. So be sure to follow Caitlin on all of her social medias, and be sure to catch her on her next tour stop. Our next artist has a voice which lends itself to the angels from time to time, and seems so timeless, I'm almost positive I heard it in the 90s. Sit back and enjoy the music from our next artist, and see if you know who we're talking about.
As it only goes one way, and I'd ride a buck wild Mustang, a bareback with no reins. I'd take a barefoot walk across Arkansas. I'd spend a month in the desert just to be together for one night in Tulsa.
In today's country, it's not uncommon for artists to veer from one lane to the other, adopting a new sound and style as trends change. But there's a growing movement with the genre suffering no such identity crisis. And there, you'll find our next lady. Born and raised as country as it gets, she's a third-generation rodeo girl and Louisiana State goat tying champion. She's a rising star as genuine as her Wranglers, sincere in her convictions, and too real to dismiss even for ardent country haters. Her sound both typifies and transcends the genre. And it seems she's bringing Nashville's country timeless sense of authenticity back. After just 4 years of dedicated work, she's already notched 4 number ones on the Texas Regional Radio Report, Rodeo Man, Too Bad with Randy Rogers, One Night in Tulsa, and Spur of the Moment, with the latter enshrined as the fastest rising number one by a female artist in chart history. Each one displays the true-to-yourself grit and determination that rodeo demands, and to her, those qualities can only be earned the hard way. Rodeo was a family tradition, she says, and so was country. The beautifully talented young woman we are talking about is, of course, Kylie Frey. Brandishing a high-octane twang in her voice and pledging allegiance to traditional country, Kylie Frey's first big break arrived when she appeared as Shania Twain's protege on the first season of USA Network's Real Country in 2018. Frey used this exposure to pivot onto the red dirt country circuit that ran through Texas, earning such indie hits in the Lone Star State as 2018's Ain't Enough Beer and 2019's One Night in Tulsa. A native of Louisiana, Kylie Frey was born in Opelousas on March 3, 1995. By the time she was 5, she was singing in public, working her way onto the rodeo circuit by performing the Star Spangled Banner at the start of events. As a teenager, she earned the crown of Louisiana High School Rodeo Queen. As she was working the rodeos, she also started writing songs. Frey went professional in her early 20s, self-releasing the mini LP Cinderella Dreams in 2014, a couple of indie singles followed including 2015's The Chase, and the following year's Me and These Boots before Rodeo Man became her breakthrough on regional Texas radio charts. She headed to Nashville with the intention of breaking into the country music industry. Her first single after moving to the Music City was Too Bad, a duet with Randy Rogers, which appeared in 2017. In 2018, Frey landed the spot on Real Country. It's the country music competition that aired on USA Networks. She wound up on the team of her idol, Shania Twain, and she performed well enough to elevate her profile within the country music circles. Frey released Ain't Enough Beer in 2018, followed by One Night in Tulsa in 2019. The rodeo-themed Spur of the Moment was released in 2020. She released a duet with Bree Bagwell on February 4th, 2022, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and this was a remake of the song she featured on her EP, Rodeo Queen. It was track number 4. Her latest single is Your Bar Now, a single she released with Tyler Halverson in May of 2022. Kylie has seen enormous success on Spotify, with Your Bar Now having over 1.1 million plays. One Night in Tulsa has over 1.4 million plays. Too Bad featuring Randy Rogers has over 1.1 million plays, and her song Horses in Heaven and Spur of the Moment are nearing 1 million plays. Kylie is a fun-loving and hard-working woman in Texas, and we hope that she is here to stay for a long time. Be sure to catch her on her next tour stop near you. Be sure to follow her on all of her social media platforms and listen to her wherever you get your music. Our final female Vocalist of the Year nominee is a force to reckon with and seems like she's going to continue on this path of taking over Texas country music scene. Just take a listen, and you're going to know what I mean.
He pulled her close, told her he loved her, saw the whole thing, arms all around her, she was all bright, I love you too. Felt something snap, fire started burning behind my eyes, wheels started turning, that's when it hit me, what I had to do. Black Bayou, I got a secret too.
Our next lady embraces the sound of old-school traditional country. From an early age, music has played an important part of her life as well as many generations of her family. She hails from a small town in northeast Texas. Her songwriting comes from the life experiences she's had, both good and bad, so when she sings, you can guarantee it's from the heart. Her strong East Texas accent reflects in her singing voice, leaving no doubt that you're listening to real country music. She's been nominated for Texas Female Vocalist of the Year the past 6 years and won Texas Female Vocalist in 2019. She was named in Wide Open Country's 15 Texas Artists to Watch in 2018. She most recently won the Texas Country Music Association's Female Artist of the Year in 2022. Her last 5 singles to Texas Red Dirt Radio have been top 5 hits. One of her latest singles, Black Bayou, was nominated for Single of the Year as well as Video of the Year. Her single in 2022, That Way, was named number 16 in the top 200 songs of 2022. She's toured multiple times in Europe, from Ireland to Iceland, as well as hitting the Texas scene hard all year. We are, of course, talking about the immensely talented Texas country superstar Sarah Hobbs. The young lady is a relative newcomer compared to the other ladies in this category, but that doesn't make her any less deserving. Her music and her social media presence tells me that she is here to stay. Going back to her 2016 release, Back Porch Country, and the 3 singles that she had on that album, Remember Me, Inside I Cry, and Alligator Roll, the album was invariably a hit. But for me, Her breakthrough in my eyes was her EP Texas Made from 2018, which included the song Like I Love You, which has over 500,000 plays on Spotify. But also, one of my personal favorites on that album is Dime Store Love. Then in July of 2021, just 6 days before my birthday, she released Black Bayou, another hit single and one of my favorite songs that she has released. She released That Way on April 8th of 2022, and in January this year she released her single Roof Over My Head, which is a song, it's very relatable to anyone who's gone through a bad breakup with somebody they lived with or a divorce. It's a really good song. Be sure to check out Sarah on all of her social media platforms. Be sure to find where she is playing next, if I can talk. She's such an amazing talent, and I want to say it never hurts to let any artist let Sarah know, but let any artist know how much you appreciate the message that they're putting out, how much you appreciate their music. Sometimes I don't feel like we let artists know that enough. Keep in mind they're human too. So to run through the list of nominees for the 13th Annual Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, Female Vocalist of the Year, they are Ariel Hutchins.
Stuck in the middle of your heart, in the middle of your head, in between your two arms, in the bed of your truck, in the middle of nowhere. Boy, I wanna go where my mind's stuck.
Bree Bagwell.
But here we are, down here in the trenches, dirt on our faces, digging out ditches, dodging all the bullets. Boy, I know it's more out there.
Caitlin Butts.
Speak of the devil and he walks. It's like his ears burn when I talk. Pushed in a gutter, stuck in a rut, waiting for the next turn of the knife in my gut.
Kylie Frey.
As it only goes one way, and I'd ride a buck wild Mustang, burn back with no reins. I'd take a barefoot walk across Arkansas. I'd spend a month in the desert.
Sarah Hobbs.
He pulled her close, told her he loved her, saw the whole thing, arms all around her. She was all bright, I love you too. Felt something snap, fire started burning behind my eyes, wheels started turning. That's when it hit me, what I had to do.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching us today, and be sure to give me a like and a follow if you don't mind. Please share this. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the little bell icon. That way you can be notified when we publish new videos. We upload everything to YouTube first, then it gets pushed out to all of the other platforms. So if you want to see things first before they hit Facebook or before they hit, at the same time they hit my website, be sure you're subscribed to YouTube. We have exciting coverage coming up tomorrow. We'll release the Male Vocalist of the Year nominees, and on Sunday night, we will release Entertainer of the Year nominees. Starting Monday, we'll be recording interviews at the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, and we will be covering the shows that night, so be sure to visit txcountrymusic.net for all the updates and interviews. Upcoming interviews and coverage that you will not want to miss. Tonight I am covering Tristan Merez at Tannehill's Tavern and Music Hall, and then I'll be swinging over to the White Elephant to cover Jesse Jennings, another hardworking Texas artist. On March 28th, I'll be interviewing and covering Zach Nighthaunt. I apologize, Zach. I don't quite know how to say your last name. He'll be performing at Magnolia Motor Lounge. I believe tickets are still available. You can just Google Magnolia Motor Lounge, and you can buy your tickets online there. That is a Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. On April 14th, I will be at Lola's, and we'll be interviewing Bart Crow and covering his show that night. Tickets are available on Lola's website. Again, be sure to head over to txcountrymusic.net. We are updating the site daily. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. God bless you. God bless Texas. I'm Brian. This has been Texas Country Music News. Welcome to Texas Country. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.